So here we are, famous place, Panhandle Trail, and we are back in Bulger. Return to Bulger. Alright, so about 3 weeks ago I was here, I went towards Joffrey. 2 weeks ago I was down in Midway and walked up towards Bulger. I liked it so much in between those two places that I'm going back. So I'm in Bulger right now. Corner's over there. Body cam didn't work. Just trying to turn it on, it doesn't work. So battery must be kaput. So we're gonna go without the body cam. I'm just gonna go down that way towards Midway. So here we are. I'm on the trail, Panhandle Trail. I just left the Bulger trailhead. I'm heading towards Midway. I was only here a couple weeks ago, but I liked it a lot. Body cam's dead. I mean, it's not dead. The battery, I know I charged it, but I guess too many times I'm letting it run all the way down. Maybe that's the reason. It doesn't work right now. I was charged like last week, so anyway, I got another battery at home, but whatever. Brute forcing it today without a body cam, so I'll turn this back on when there's something interesting to say. Bye-bye. So I forgot to mention that today is Wednesday, June, what is it, 15, 16, 17, probably like 17, whatever. And that way goes back to Bulger, this way goes to Midway. Kind of disoriented right now because I got out of the car and the body cam wasn't working. Battery failed, so kind of screwed me up. But no problem. We got this backup. Actually, this will be easier to edit. This would be like slapping together all these iPhone videos together, one after the other, so it's easy to do. You don't have to do any splicing. So, nice Panhandle Trail there, straight ahead. It's curving, nice to see. Curving there, goes back to Bulger, and we'll pick it up later. So we don't have, full coverage, but this will do. All right, here's something new. I was here just 2 weeks ago. You see this? Limbs are hanging down a lot lower than they were. Because 2 weeks ago I was able to walk right or straight through here, and I can't. I gotta go around it or under it. Here we go, documenting some differences. Yeah. So on Panhandle Trail, heading towards Midway, heading towards that real nice open field that I loved a couple weeks ago. There's this bench in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful field up here though. I like that. That looks really nice. What the heck is that? Sounds like some kind of frog or something. Well, that was loud. It's a nice day. It's a really nice day out here. That field is lovely. But the best is coming up in that direction. Yeah. There's some more of that field up there. We still didn't get to the good one coming up, but that looks beautiful. There's trees up there. And back towards Bulger. Really nice day. Loving out here right now, loving it. Now if you look out, you see way up on that hillside over there. Nice looking hillside with those trees, grass growing, beautiful. Love that. There's an area right over there too. It's really pretty out here. Alright, so Bulger's back that way. Now we're starting to get into, here's the gateway right here, this fence. The gateway to the fields. We're not there yet. The fields are after we get past where that guy's on that bike, past that giant hillside over there. Then it gets into that open field area. But this is beautiful right here. This is like the Wizard of Oz. There's that slag dump over there. I pointed all this out a couple weeks ago, but a lot of bugs out here. I like that area down there. That little valley right there, that's beautiful. Yeah. Check that out. Nice field down there. Nice area up here too. That's real nice. Alright, nice curve in the trail. It goes back to Bulger where we came from. There's that field way up there on that hill. Okay. And down there, that's a nice looking one right over there. There's that monster one up there. And then over here, pretty nice stuff. Getting closer to that mountain there, or hill, not mountain. That looks really nice. Yeah. There's a cross right there. Okay, never mind. Continuing on, that's where we came from. Goes back to Bulger. There's this nice hill right here. Lovely trees like that. There's the edge. We're coming upon what we came here to see. The fields are coming out. Beautiful. All right, here we are. This is what we came for right here. This gigantic fields in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of a trail. And I thought of it as I was walking just now. I'm going to call this the Field of Dreams. The Field of Dreams. Beautiful, beautiful Field of Dreams. Man, it's so nice out here today. Check out those clouds, the puffy clouds. The Field of Dreams. There's the Field of Dreams right behind. Here it is. The Field of Dreams. Beautiful. It's a great hillside right there. Okay. We are in the middle of the Field of Dreams, except for that pipeline's right there. We like the rest of it though. zoom in a little bit. Way out there is Midway, which I'm not going all the way to Midway today. Turn around pretty soon. There's that cool hillside. This could be from a painting. Now we'll do a selfie of it. There's that field of dreams. There's the trail. There's some more fields of dreams. Cool. Some dark clouds though, right up there. It's not supposed to rain right now though. All right, let's stop this right now and we'll get back to it. Get some more shots of this. I love this out here. I was originally gonna go like down the bogs on the Montour Trail today. I changed it at the last minute. I said, you know what? I'm going back to that field. This field is great. You don't see stuff like this. You're in the middle of nowhere. Trail's right here, but then all of a sudden there's this giant field everywhere. That's a really cool hillside right there. And that's a really cool hillside right there. How many times have I said that? The Field of Dreams. Well, still on the way back to Bulger. There's that beautiful hillside. There's that little sign there. I don't know what that is. I can't really... There's nothing to read on. I can't really tell what that is. The only thing is there is a pipeline that goes down. Goes across and it comes down here and goes up here. And there's another one of those signs back there. I commented on that a couple weeks ago. I don't know what that is exactly. There might be a little trail up there, maintenance road or something that they come on, the trucks come on or whatever. Who knows? It's getting a little more cloudy than when I started out today. You see those cell towers over there. There's another one there. There's one over there. Well, it's going to be an easy video to edit today. Instead of having to splice together stuff into the body cam footage and cut out the pieces, what I'll do is I'll just concatenate these videos. I love that word, concatenate these video files one after the other. I may do a little bit of editing if I got some rough spots, you know, when I was starting up a video or something or ending it. But yeah, it's pretty simple. All right, let's resume later. All right, so the clouds came away from the sun. Let some more sun shine down. Looks real nice and sunny right there. That hillside looks pretty cool with that cloud right above it, right above those trees. Cool. Beautiful. Now there's that hill with the trees and the clouds. Here's that was the fields back there. Here's that hill of dreams. And then here's this cross I noticed before. I have no idea what that's for. Now it's getting a little cloudier again. I mean, it's beautiful up there. Look, see that? There's these big puffy clouds that occasionally block the sun a little bit. I'm noticing this little pathway that goes along the trail. This is the trail, and then there's this like little pathway here on that side. I remember seeing it like 2 weeks ago. I saw that went down into there. There was like a little pathway. Oh, yeah, that's cool. There's that other hill of dreams. The hill of dreams. I love seeing that tree all by itself there on the top of that hill. Yeah. And here's that path again, right there, and it goes down into that area where that slag dump was, or slate dump we used to call it. This would be the kind of trail, like this rough here, that we would use ride our mini bikes on years ago. what would that be now? 54 years ago. That's prime for riding a mini bike on. If you bring a motorbike out here though, you probably wouldn't. We're still on the trail back to Bulger. Bulger. All right. Now there's that little place down there with that slag dump. And you can see that little path goes back up through there. Eventually comes back up here. One last look at that hillside up there. Beautiful. You see how the trees come up real nice, right? And all of a sudden, boom, they end. And there's that grass area. Yeah, I remember seeing this. Commented on this last time, 2 weeks ago. So here's the trail. Bulger that way. Midway's that way. And then all of a sudden, there's this path that goes down. There's a pond down there. Now, if I was younger, I'd probably go down there. But that's a little bit too steep for me. I don't want to do it at my age. I don't feel like it. That's nice down there. I'll make a quick comment. So I was like looking at my watch and I touched something a certain way. And all of a sudden, it's back to the right screen. But it went into some weird screen that I hate. And then I had to sit there and press it and manipulate it, finesse it back into the screen that I want. I hate that. I hate when that happens. All right, later. So we're still on our way back to Bulger in that direction. There's this cool tree I just noticed. You can see that all the little branches have been cut off or fell off, whatever. And then it goes out. It looks really cool with that light colored bark, like a grayish whitish gray. There's all kind of cool stuff in nature. Never really pay attention to. A little earlier I saw a little snake and I couldn't get it on video. I thought I tried to get it. I thought I got it, but I didn't. Back that way. Okay, continuing. That looks like a red bird right there. Right there. As soon as I get close though, it's gonna, yeah, see it moved right away. Still walking towards Bulger. I noticed that I'm a little slower today. I walked on the trail last Monday. I was up in Foxburg, PA, on the Allegheny River Trail. That was a really nice walk. That was a long one though. I walked indoors last week a bunch of times. And on Saturday I went to a car cruise in Beaver Falls, walked around there for a good while. And this week I walked indoors as well. Today is the first day outdoors on a trail since last week. So I'm trying to think, when am I going to get in shape for them? And I think I'm in shape, but yet I feel sore. All right, enough rambling. Let's get a shot of that sign again. Bulger Trail head west. That way goes towards Burgettstown, but then in the middle there's Joffrey. I went in that direction 3 weeks ago. Let's go back over here. Get that zoomed in too much. All right, so like we said, Panhandle Trail, Great American Rail Trail, close to motorized vehicles, and we've been at, let's do a recap over the years. Okay, and a recap. I was in Walker's Mill a couple of times. Went towards Reynoldsdale, went towards Oakdale. Right in around the Nike site, somewhere in there. Then there were some times in 2023 I was down in McDonald, went back towards Sturgeon, somewhere down in through there. Also went this way, went up to the Montour Trail. Where's the well, whatever, there's a connector. Also went from down around Primrose, went here up to here to Midway. A couple weeks ago I was in Midway and went to Bulger and back. 3 weeks ago I was in Bulger and went to Joffrey and back. And several times I was in Burgettstown. One time I went all the way close to Joffrey, and another time I went here to a little bit halfway. One time I went down this way a little bit. So there's still a lot of it that I haven't touched, but whatever. There's me. All right, hang on a minute. There's me in front of the sign. Panhandle Trail. Okay, like I said, today is Wednesday, June 17th, I have to keep remembering, 2026. I'm going to be signing off right now. Bye-bye.